Hello and welcome to Mirror Talk. We have moments where we just have to pause. Just pause and take a break and reflect on life. Remember, you are strong, you are enough, you are capable, you are blessed, and you are loved. Your moment of greatness starts now. Today's guest is a multi-talented master student, a YouTuber, and much more. She will be found on YouTube as Theresa Adebisi, where she talks about everything God and lifestyle. How are you doing?
Number one, I don't think I'm multi-talented like that. I'm still learning, but I'm doing very well. Very good.
But you're doing a lot of things. That's why you're multi-talented.
I don't think so. I'm doing nothing yet.
Well, I think I find you very amazing. Can you tell us more about your YouTube and the inspiration behind it, your YouTube channel and everything?
Okay, so basically, the inspiration behind it is, of course, God, because I didn't have it in mind to have a YouTube channel, but when the instruction came and it was clear that it was from God, and it's just basically about sharing my life experiences, how God has been with me, and things that God has put me through and is still putting me through. So I try as much as possible to make it very personal. So whatever I share on my YouTube channel, it has something to do with me, has something to that I can relate with personally. Yeah, so that's just it, basically.
Wow, that's good. That's nice. In a lot of your YouTube videos and Instagram live, you dance and sing songs of praises, and I find it very, very good and very. I appreciate them a lot because it uplifts my spirit also. How do you cultivate such an expressive act of gratitude?
How? Okay. Let me not say I have that on 100% level. No, not yet. But what I try to do is, most of the time I go through things that I do not like personally, but I'm still trying to train myself to get to that level where I focus more on what God has done.
Yeah.
And whenever I switch to that mode, I just, like, the spirit just comes. So no matter what I'm going through right now, like maybe things are not working for me very well, if I can switch back to what I was asking God for maybe a month back or a year back, and right now is already a testimony, I just switch to that mode of being grateful. So gratitude is just a thing that I really, really, really do so much. I can't joke with that because I know gratitude is golden. And the more I thank God for what He has done, the more He will do more.
Yes. Wow, that's good. And how do you express yourself when being grateful for something? What do you do apart from singing and dancing? Are there other things?
No, basically that's just it. I'm not good at writing. I'm not good at spoken words, as you already know. So the major thing I do is just to sing and dance. Yeah, singing and dancing. I can do that like all 3 days. I'm not tired.
Wow.
No.
Wow, that's that's good. I mean, sometimes when you feel down or you feel low, do you still express an act of gratitude, or you just just bone it?
Okay, truth be told, it's very difficult for me to express that act when I feel down and feel low. And life comes with ups and downs, and we go through different things by the day.
Yes.
It's always difficult for me to switch to that mode of being grateful or the mode of gratitude when I'm feeling low and down. I just allow. I won't let myself dwell in it for so long.
Yeah.
But for that moment, I just want to still find my ground, and I have to express myself. So if I'm feeling down, let me just feel down and let it bear off.
Yes.
Not try to force it out, and because if I try to force it out, it's just like I'm trying to how will I put it? Just merge everything together, and then by the time it will eat me very hard. So if I'm feeling down, I want to just feel down and let it wear off.
Yeah.
And at that moment, it's still a bit difficult for me to switch to that mode of gratitude. Yeah.
But do you have like a time limit? Do you put a time limit on you being feeling down? I know I've heard a lot of people talking about something like I give myself 2 days to feel down, and after that I have to just shake off.
I mustn't do that. Looking at the way I am, I don't think giving myself a time frame is going to help me when I'm feeling down, because if I should say, okay, today I'm feeling down and I just want to feel down for the rest of today, tomorrow I'm going to wake up still feeling down.
Yeah.
So as much as I want to express myself, as much as I want to allow that mood to still just have your way, I'm not going to let it dwell for long.
Yeah.
So even while I'm trying to still, how will I put it? I'm still in that mode of feeling down, feeling terrible. I still try to do some things, and that's listening to worship songs. That helps me a lot.
Yeah.
So the fact that I'm not saying it, or the fact that I'm not being grateful at that moment, the fact that I'm not tuned into that gratitude scenario or scene doesn't mean my spirit is not still in tune. So I listen to a lot of worship music that just helps me to. So I don't think I want to dwell or give myself a time frame of feeling down. But that doesn't mean that it might not last for days. That doesn't mean it might not last for weeks. But there's no time frame.
Wow. So it's quite difficult to, express an act of gratitude when one's feeling down, actually.
Yeah, for me, it's quite difficult. It's quite difficult. But one thing I'm working on right now and trying to cultivate the habit of is, no matter how terrible, how down I'm feeling, I must always find a reason to be grateful. I must always, maybe it's something that happened 10 years ago, 20 years ago, it doesn't matter. But I try to have a notepad right now on my phone where I just write things down. So moments that I'm so very happy and very excited and things are just going very beautiful for me, I type these things down on my phone. And then when I feel down, I just go through my notes. And while reading through, I'll just be like, really, Tessie, you're just so ungrateful. Like, you don't have any reason to feel this way, because looking back at where you're coming from, no one would say you'll be where you are today. So what really? So that helps me a lot. Noting down days or times I'm happy, and then when I feel down, I go back to this period.
To check. Yeah. Wow. And do you have personal stories you could share with us? Moments in your life when you thought this might not have happened, or could have not have happened, or you are in a very low moment in your life and you still, push yourself out of that moment?
Okay, one happened, I think, a few months back, like 2 months or a month, I can't really say. And it was quite, how would I put it? It was a lot for me. Like, I think I was off from my YouTube at that moment, and I was just trying to, it was like things playing back in my head, things from so many years I've been trying to just model up in one cool and just keep, and then everything just, it's like they just planned that, okay, this moment we're bouncing on this girl and we're just going to hit her really hard. And it was really, really difficult for me because for me personally, when I feel down or things are not really going well for me, I like to be in my own lane, to be alone. I don't like to, because by the time I try to force it to associate with people, you might tag it as she has mood swings or she's just, you understand? So, and if I'm alone, I cannot tell myself that I'm mood swing, at least I'm alone. And I think the major thing that helped me to bounce back, I was able to overcome that was, of course, through the help of family and friends. And then me personally, I had to let myself see reasons why I have to just be normal, like be myself, because I know I'm a very joyous and happy child. And then whenever I switch to that mode, then definitely something is happening in the spiritual realm. I have this mentality of whatever happens in the physical has already happened in the spiritual. And if I'm feeling down or I'm feeling low at this moment, then definitely the devil is trying to mess with me spiritually. And then there's no other way for him to do that than for him to want to try to steal my joy. Because once I lose my joy, I lose everything. For me personally. So I just try to remind myself of, Tessie, you cannot come this far to now allow this nigger to get you. I know you have been trying to get you for a very long time, but this is not the time for him to get you. So devil, not today. I bounced back. It wasn't easy because I was off YouTube. I love YouTube so much, and I was off YouTube for like two weeks or 2 months. And my manager will not allow me to rest. And then I'm so happy that I was able to bounce back. And that doesn't mean that after that time I've not had downtime or anything. But right now I am so very cautious and intentional about my mood, about my joy. I have to. So if there's any moment I feel like, oh, I'm ready to switch into this mood, I just intentionally bounce back. So the word is, I'm now being intentional about keeping my joy.
Being intentional about keeping your joy.
Yes.
Wow, I like that, because sometimes life throws us all these blows and punches, and one just have to, like, as you say, your notepad, check my notepad and say, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for this. So can you tell me other things you are grateful for? What are the things that you look at and you are like, yes, I'm grateful for this?
I'm grateful that I can talk.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm so grateful that I'm outspoken. I'm grateful that I'm not shy. I'm not a shy person. I'm grateful that wherever I go to, I put myself at a position where I can talk to anyone, no matter your rank, your class, your age, your sex, your religion, no matter. I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful that I'm a very tall, 5'7" kind of slim girl.
That's good.
I'm grateful that I'm pretty. Yes, because I know that's a lot. I don't care how people see me out there, but right now, I know I'm like my own Miss World.
Of course.
Yes.
And beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yes, I am the one beholding this beauty right now.
Exactly.
I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my friends, definitely. I'm grateful for families. I'm grateful for friends, especially, yes, because I know that I can be over, how will I put it? Oh, I don't reply messages.
You're putting it out there in the world so everyone knows.
I do not reply messages, and my friends are still with me. I mean, if I should put myself in their position, I might have as well have abandoned me myself. I would have abandoned myself.
Yes.
But my friends are still there. So I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful that you guys see the other good parts of Tessie, apart from not replying messages or picking your calls. I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful for so many things. The love of God, most especially. I'm grateful that God loves me so much. That despite my unrighteousness, unfaithfulness, despite my, terrible acts, terrible attitude and all, that God still loves me. I'm grateful for that.
So I wanted you to list all of these things because for me personally, when I'm listening to this episode again, I'm just going to listen to all the things you're grateful about and also reflect on it for myself and say, yeah, I'm also grateful for my friends too. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for this and that.
What else? Let me see. I'm trying to think. There's so many things. I'm grateful for. What? For God's wisdom upon my life. Yeah, I'm grateful for His purpose. Yes. Because many people are here on earth, and of course everybody has a purpose here on earth, but many people are yet to find out about that. I'm grateful that God revealed my purpose to me and is helping me to work in it. Yeah, I'm grateful for that. Yeah, I'm grateful for you.
Thank you so much for being great. You made mention of family and friends, and I know you are here in Germany. You're doing your masters. Can you like share the story with us a little bit? Can you talk about this journey of moving over to Germany? How has it affected you? What has it done to you?
It's a lot. That journey to Germany is like series. If you want to talk about, but let me just give a summary.
Yes.
Okay, so my journey to Germany, I think that's number one thing I'm grateful for. That I'm here in Germany. Yeah, not number one, but part of the things I'm grateful for. Yeah. So my journey to Germany this August. Okay, this time last year I was still in Nigeria chilling. Yes, still trying to put so many things together. The whole journey started like March last year. Yes, and it was quite a lot for me because normally I'm not this kind of person that loves to study. I don't like school. Okay. So after my university, I was like, after my BSc, I was like, I'm just done. Because I do not like to go to school it's a lot now, read and pass exams, and at the end of the day, one success is not tied to all of these things. Yeah. So it has something to do or say. So I started and then searching for schools and all. My brother was really helpful. He was really the one pushing me and just making me see reasons why I have to be here. Yeah. Because for me, I was just like, I will travel out to have fun and I'll still be living in Nigeria and life continues. Really, my mindset was, I'm going to be in Nigeria. I'm going to be based in Nigeria. But then it came and then, when people say things, I like to check back with God because that's the paramount thing for me. If God is really telling me to do this thing. And then I started praying about it and from March all through till August or September that I traveled, God was extremely... In fact, I miss the way God was with me then. I miss it right now because I'm missing that. It's like I've been a bit distracted coming to Germany and that fellowship has just kind of reduced because God was just it was in my business. It's still my business, but then it was in my business all through. I got the admission into 2 schools. I had to pick, of course, my brother wanted me to pick the one that was closer to him. And then, I made up my mind that, okay, I was going to pick the one in Bremen, which made me to enroll in this university in Bremen, yes. Yeah. And then looking at provisions, that's a major thing. God was raising helpers for me from north, east, west, and south, all around me. People were just all coming together to help me. And I'm like, really? I mean, that's just one thing I'm grateful for. The fact that God is ready to go the extra length just to make me what I am today is something that I'm so very grateful for. Yeah. And there are times that I've neglected that, as well, for me personally, let me try to personalize it. There are things that happen and then we just forget that there was a time that I didn't have this thing. And then once you just have it, you just move on and you just tend to forget that. There was a time I didn't have iPhone. There was a time I was using Techno for Christ's sake. There was a time I view people using iPhone as, oh God, when will I use iPhone? And now I'm just treating my phone anyhow.
You have 2 iPhones.
And I've forgotten the days that I was really praying and hoping that God, let me just use this iPhone. Traveling out, of course, there are days I just look at pictures like, God, when will I travel out now? See these people in the US, in London, in this. And now I'm here, I'm just doing anyhow. It's just like, so I tend to forget things that God has done just because I'm focused on what I want right now. Okay, God, I'm here. I need you to establish me, and I'm just focused on that. And that's a very bad thing, because the Bible says that gratitude is something we should do all the time. It says we should give thanks to the Lord all the time, always. And it mustn't be that you are in a good state right now for you to give thanks. It mustn't be that God has to answer your prayer right now for you to give thanks. It's just looking back at what He has done. And then so looking back at my journey last year, I mean, it was just this week, I was just, just flashing back that this time last year, what were you doing? You're still praying, okay, that the embassy should call you, your visa should be ready, my blocked accounts money that I didn't have then going for my interview, I was just praying that they should not send me an email now that I've been rejected. Yeah. It was just, and now I'm just like, God, I'm so sorry that I neglected these days that I was really praying for something, and now that you answered me, it seems like, oh, okay, I've done it. Okay, so let's move on to the next. Okay, so right now, what do I want? I want to have a car. Right now, what do I want? I need a job. Yeah. I need a good job. Which, God, I need a good job. But I know you're going to do it.
Yes, God will do it. God will do it.
And then you just neglect those days. So, so looking at my journey to Germany, it has been a lot, and God can be seen in all of the steps, like from A to Z. It can be seen all through.
Yes.
And then I came here, September. I'll be a year very soon.
Wow.
Anniversary.
Wow, that's great. I mean, you also mentioned of it already, like reflecting on what has happened in the past, the good things that have happened helps you to remain grateful all the time. And a lot of people think about or they say things like, okay, it's meant to happen. That's why it happened, right? So they don't have this act of gratitude. They believe it's just
what would be.
What would be exactly. So can you tell me, like, are you kind of a person that also says, I'm grateful for the air breathing, I'm grateful for the for my eyes or something like that? And what are the things that gratitude does to you, apart from you being thanking God or something? What does it do to you personally? Does it liberate you in some ways? Does it?
Yeah, gratitude actually. Number one, I'm grateful for everything, down to my nails. Yeah, I'm grateful for every tiny little detail. I shared something when I had a cut on my hand that I neglect how important this finger is, just because it's one finger.
Yeah.
But I had an injury on just this small thing. It affected my whole body. And it just made me realize that this one finger is a lot. And then I'm grateful for this, my middle finger. If that comes out well, I don't know.
Your middle finger.
I am grateful for it. It looks so very, it's just one tiny little part of my body. I might not miss it, but it's a lot. So I'm grateful for every tiny detail of my body. Yeah, and what gratitude does to me is, apart from it putting me at a position where I get to receive more from God.
Yes.
Personally, it makes me, I don't know, how will I put it? Whenever I'm not in that mode of being grateful, in the mode of gratitude, it affects everything about me. My mood, the way I relate with my friends, my outputs, everything is affected. So whenever I'm in that mode of, okay, being grateful, this gratitude season, I'm just always filled with so much joy. And then when I'm filled with so much joy, I get many things done. I'm so happy to go out. I'm so happy to attend to my school works and all. I'm so happy to meet with friends. I'm so happy to pray. I'm so happy to study the Bible. So it kind of just affects everything about me. Everything. The way I relate, the way I talk, the way I eat. Because when I'm in a bad mood, definitely it's always difficult to eat. I won't even be hungry.
Wow, and that's not good.
That's not good. Else as well. So it affects everything about me positively.
So gratitude modifies your life in a way that makes you function properly.
Yes, functioning well. Yes.
Wow. Do you have other tips for me? You know, I want to always stay grateful all the time, always joyous like you are. Do you have tips for me? How can I be, always, bubbling and joyful and happy all the time?
Now, I don't know how to make you do things. It has to come from within. Of course, I can try to be maybe an influence that you just look at me, but for me to not say, what name can I call? I'm trying to call a name that I don't have. Okay,
Influencer.
Eva. You have to be grateful. You have to be thankful. You should have to always be in this mood. Can't you see the way I am? I can't do that. But you looking at me should be able to influence you a bit. Because I am so keen on being intentional and being on our own. OYO. That's my word. Everybody, no matter how we try to dine together, we try to be together, in the long run, you're still on your own. And you have the control of your life in your own hands. So I can try to influence you by looking at how I do, but being in that mode of being grateful, always expressing gratitude to God, it has to come from within. You have to see reasons why you have to do these things. And then I've listed so many things which you can also personalize. Things that God has done for you in the past, how He has come through for you, what He's still doing, what He will still do. Those should be like the foundation of always being in tune in that mood. So it has to just come from within.
Yeah, I think I've gotten that already. Like it has to come from within. Yes, and I always have to consciously always think about everything that's happened in the past
and
that
be
was
intentional
good.
about it.
Be intentional about it.
Yes.
Wow. So can you tell us where we can find you and connect with you and
Okay. You can connect with me on YouTube. Yeah. That's why I've been talking too much because I love to talk. Yes. So you can connect with me on YouTube. My name is Theresa Adebisi on YouTube, and I'm sure it's going to be some of the content I have. I hope that it's going to be a blessing to you. Yes, that's my intention for my videos. And you can find me on Instagram, still Theresa Adebisi, together, no space. And we can all journey on this road to being grateful and doing so many other things together as a family of Christ.
That's amazing. The name of this podcast is Mirror Talk. Are there things that you stand in front of the mirror and reflect about? And are there things you look at when you're looking in the mirror and you're like, thinking of reflecting on things and being grateful for something like that?
Okay, number one, I don't look at mirror to think.
Okay.
That's normal. I only look at mirror to make up, clean my makeup. Looking at mirror now to take pictures. Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay.
But I whenever I'm looking at I look at the mirror, of course I see how beautiful I am. All thanks to God. It took His time. Yeah.
Yes.
So, but thinking and just reflecting back, I don't do that looking at the mirror. Maybe I can try to cultivate that. But it's not something I do. It's just something I do most times when I'm listening to my worship songs, and maybe whenever I'm in that mood of worship, listening to songs, it's always a time for me to reflect back.
Ah, that's good.
Yes,
that's good. Wow, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I'm so very, 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 what's the word? Honored to be here.
Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I am eternally grateful for your time, your love, and contributions. You mean a lot to me. Thank you once again for listening and sharing with your loved ones. Don't forget to subscribe and follow this journey on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other platforms in the description. Stay blessed.